Yes, good morning. Sava here from Football Heritage TV, or it could be a good afternoon or it could be a good evening. So wherever you are, good something to you. So after Archie Gray yesterday, so many comments in the chat, so many people, you're not real Spurs. All right, cool, I'm not real Spurs. You don't understand what Ange's doing. He's going to win the title. Okay, cool. Let's move on from Archie Gray, shall we? And I look forward to lifting the league title with Archie Gray in central midfield. Today, Sky Sports have announced that Tottenham have now entered the race for the signing of Kyle Walker-Peters. Now, for those of you who don't know who Kyle Walker-Peters is, I'm sure we all do, Kyle Walker-Peters is a player that never made it at Tottenham Hotspur. Never made it at Tottenham. He made 24 appearances in all competitions and only 12 in the Premier League before we sold him in 2020 to Southampton. Since then, he's been up and down in the Championship and the Premier League with Southampton and has done well for them, you would say, again in the Championship, but is a very, very average right back and is 27 years of age. So, Kyle Walker-Peters, what do we say? Yay? Nay? What are we saying to this? Yay or nay? Now, let's put some context on it. Meat on the bones, as we say. I know a lot of people don't like meat on the bones, but let's go for it. Why would Spurs be interested in Kyle Walker-Peters? Now, first, let's caveat this and say Sky could be completely making this up. Absolutely. But this isn't the first time this summer we've heard this rumour. This isn't the first time this summer that we've heard that we are in for Kyle Walker-Peters. Why? Well, it could be for a number of reasons. Spurs have planned so poorly over the years that we're all over the shop when it comes to our homegrown quota. Okay, we've got a few, but now we're back in Europe. The rules change slightly, don't they? If you want a 25-man squad in European competition, you must have 8 homegrown players in that squad, 4 of which must have been academy trained at Tottenham Hotspur, or whoever you support. So 4 of which must have been academy trained at Tottenham Hotspur. As it stands, Spurs have Whiteman, Austin, Niall John, Oliver Skipp and Troy Parrott. They're the only 5 that have been homegrown, that are homegrown and club trained over the age of 21. Now, let's look at this. We've got Skipp, who is a really poor midfielder. Let's be brutally honest. I know people will go, oh, you don't rate Skipp. Let's be brutally honest. Ollie Skipp is not the one. You've got Whiteman and Austin that don't play for Tottenham to save their lives. They don't play for love nor money. So I fail to believe that both of those will make a 25-man squad. Maybe one of them behind Vicario and Forster, but I can't see that both of them will be deployed in a 25-man squad. I can't see that we will have goalkeepers. Then when you look at Troy Parrott, yeah, grabbed a couple of goals in Holland towards the end of last season, hat-tricks against relegation-threatened clubs, and then it spurred all the Spurs fans on to go, oh my God, Troy Parrott, if he comes back, he's going to be great. He's not good enough. Let's call it for what it is, and I know I'll get in trouble for this. I'll call it for what it is. He is not good enough. So you look at all of these homegrown players. Oh, and by the way, Niall John, this is a guy that went to Charlton Athletic on loan, and the Charlton fans were asking when they can send him back. This is a guy that for some reason at the age of 22, 23, 20, whatever he is still at Tottenham Hotspur. So, why do I mention all of that? Well, Kyle Walker-Peters would count as a homegrown player that was academy trained at Tottenham Hotspur. That can be the only reason. I fail to believe. I will put this video out and I'm sure there will be some that try and convince me this is a good idea. There will be some that try and convince me that our new scouting network wanted this. That Ange Postecoglou wants to play with Kyle Walker-Peters. There will be so many that try their best to convince me of this. There'll be so many that will be wrong, as always, when they're convincing me that these below par average players are exactly what Tottenham need. But what could the other reason possibly be for wanting Kyle Walker-Peters? Now, again, I will caveat this and say, I don't know if this rumour is true. But all I know is it's another one that won't go away. So, if I said to you that our first 4 players coming in this summer are going to be Bergvall, who's an 18-year-old young kid from Sweden, right? No matter how talented people think he is. An 18-year-old with hardly any experience, Archie Gray from Leeds. Timo Werner, who we've all seen, and let's be brutally honest, isn't that good. And then Kyle Walker-Peters. Are people still going to try and fight me on the fact that I'm negative for wanting better than that at Tottenham Hotspur? Really? Make the case for it. Why on earth would we want that as a 4 to be our first 4 signings at Tottenham Hotspur in the summer? Really? Is that really what we want to do? Now, let's now look at the other piece. Kyle Walker-Peters is an out-and-out right-back. So whenever I've seen him playing for Southampton, he's flying down those wings. I don't particularly rate him, but he's flying down those wings. Now, Tottenham don't play like that, do we? To my disappointment, we don't play our actual right and left back that fly down the wings as right and left backs that fly down the wings. We play inverted. Are we saying that Kyle Walker-Peters could come in and be an inverted fullback that goes into midfield, that gets on the ball, that helps create? Are we truly saying that? Or are we saying that Archie Gray wasn't bought as the cover for right back like everyone was telling me yesterday? Everyone, oh, Archie Gray can play centre mid or right back. Kyle Walker-Peters is going to be that guy now, apparently. So I really don't know. I'm just going to say, I don't know what Tottenham Hotspur are doing right now. It's not that by the way, I don't think Bergvall and Gray are bad signings. It's just there's nothing inspiring in there. There's nothing in there that makes me think that what Postecoglou said towards the back end of last season is true. That he wants a winning mentality. That he wants to buy better than what we already had, that he wants to challenge for a title. Now, I'm not knocking Postecoglou when he says this, I'm sure he does, but the words and the actions have to match up. You can't just say nice things. Like the people that always come into my chat and tell me, oh, you're not Spurs, you're negative, you just find the negative in everything. No, you can't just say nice things. I could come on this screen and go, oh my God, Archie Gray, world class. Doesn't make him world class just because I say it. Actions have to prove that, right? And actions have to prove that in the transfer market. So I'm going to ask this question: what are we doing? And see if people can actually answer this question. But I know you'll get the normal trolls, the normal idiots that can't put a sentence together. But using words, what are we trying to be, people? Fans of Tottenham Hotspur or fans of other clubs, tell me, what are Tottenham Hotspur trying to be? What is our transfer strategy? What are we building? I keep hearing that we're building. I've heard we're building for 24 years. I don't know what the end destination is. When are we actually going to finish building? I hear that we're rebuilding. What are we rebuilding from? So I'm not being negative. I'm asking the question, what are we? What are we trying to be? Because so far, I'm seeing us sign a lot of players and link with a lot of players that we could have got at White Hart Lane. And we were told we were moving stadium to compete, to buy better players, to compete with the big clubs. And that's just not happening in any way, shape or form since we've left White Hart Lane and built the new stadium. So I'm just keen to know, let me know, in your mind, what are we trying to be? I truly believe that there's this delusion amongst fans that if we have a great selection of 18, 19-year-olds, that they're all going to grow together for the next 5, 6 years, play as a team and be world class. But we know football's not like that. So where's that sprinkling of quality? Where is that stardust that you sprinkle on top of these youngsters that make Spurs a proper team that want to challenge? Now, don't ever go at me for talking about challenging. The manager's talking about challenging. So if the manager can talk about challenging and winning mentality, why can't I? I want to challenge. I want to have that winning mentality. But at the same time, the actions have to match the words. So let me know. Kyle Walker-Peters, it might not happen, but if it does, why? What are we going for here? Is it to evade homegrown rules in Europe? Is it because we actually believe he's good? Did we make a mistake in letting him go? What do Tottenham want to be? Is the manager a bit overzealous when talking about challenging for titles? I don't know, you tell me. All I know is at the moment, the window hasn't really excited me in any way, shape or form, and I can't see Spurs finishing anywhere near the top 4 as it stands. Let me know, use your words, keep it clean, and it's just football. Please be friendly. Take care everyone, see you later, bye bye.